The Huffington Post is so dedicated to the feminist agenda that they are literally figuratively playing the victim card. Any day now, these cards will be on sale, and the irony of selling women oppression will not now or ever dawn on them. This video has been around for a few months, but I just saw it and it makes me sad.
Is there a speeding ticket you need to get out of?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, getting out of a speeding ticket is oppression.
Would you rather show your tits to get into any bar for free?
They act as though this is not someone's choice, and like you just go downtown and on a Friday night people are standing in line and women are just flashing the bouncers one by one to get in. Like that's what's happening. Unless you're suggesting that showing your tits is the same thing as wearing revealing clothing or a low-cut shirt, and then you're slut-shaming and fuck you, why are you judging me?
Are you tired of opening doors for yourself?
Does it bother you when you date want to give you his jacket?
Open doors for yourself? Give you his jacket? That's a courtesy, not a right. Are they being sarcastic? Am I just not getting it? I don't get it. Do you or don't you want gender norms? If a guy opens the door for you, is that sexist? If he doesn't, is that sexist? I don't understand. Which one is sexism?
Did you make a big mistake? Do you want to just blame it on PMS? For the price of your father's X chromosome, you'll receive the woman's card right to your doorstep. There will be an annual membership fee of 78 cents to a man's dollar. 64 cents if you're not a premium member.
And less than 30 seconds in, and we're already at the fake wage gap. Now, despite what some people in our circle like to joke about, I never really identified as a feminist. But I did think that the wage gap was true. I was learning research and statistics during my undergrad, and the first thing that you learn in stats is that you control for your variables. I assumed that the wage gap was on sound research that had controlled for variables such as job type, hours worked, years of study, levels of education, and so forth. That would be the only way that you could suggest that women were paid less for the same work. And yet, they continue to use this statement as fact, as though if you say it enough times, it must be true. It's like feminists want all women to be as miserable as they are. They can't fathom that women would want more out of life than just working, that they'd actually choose to spend more time at home with their families and children, enjoying having hobbies or having a healthier lifestyle, that they might not want their entire lives to be consumed by their jobs, which is what happens when you have a demanding career. In fact, what is the most common complaint that wives have about their husbands? That they work too much. So I don't get how you think you're improving things for women by forcing them to work more as well. And even when it comes to the unpaid work argument, that's really nobody else's business. The government or society shouldn't have a role in how you negotiate your personal relationships. And the stupid thing is that when it comes to societal norms, you've already won. You got what you wanted. In North America today, there are new stereotypes of stay-at-home dads and working moms, and they are common, accepted, and encouraged. You've already achieved your goal.
Additional charges including the monthly costs of feminine hygiene products.
There is no actual reason to bring this up unless you're suggesting that the government should subsidize our periods. This is biology, not oppression. Men didn't get together and create a conspiracy to give women periods. So why is this an argument? And nobody is forcing you to use feminine hygiene products. You can use paper towel and endlessly buy new underwear. And if you think someone else should pay for your periods, do you really want tax money channeled to create more expensive products that cost everybody more in the long run? Right now, you can use tampons of every shape and size, plastic, paper, reusable, environmentally friendly, etc. You can choose from a variety of products that are right for you for less than $10 a month. You think the government could produce that for everybody at a lower cost? Really? I want you to really think about what you easily spend $10 on in a day before you cry oppression.
When purchasing a razor, it'll be $2 more for the same product, but for you, it comes in pink.
So don't buy the pink one, buy the blue one, buy the gray one, buy whichever one you want. It's your choice. Maybe women's products cost more because women are willing to pay more because they care about how things look, because aesthetics matter to them more.
The woman's card comes in different shades of oppression. The darker the card, the more chances you have of experiencing domestic violence, pay discrimination,
And systematic racism.
I'm rolling my eyes. You can't see it, but I'm rolling my eyes.
If you're a black woman, you'll have the luxury of wasting $300 on hair products because you have to look like a white woman to receive the job you've been waiting for.
First of all, spending $300 on hair products is a luxury. And no, black women do not have to wear their hair like white women. In fact, black women have more variety in the ways that they can wear their hair compared to white women. Are Chinese women also required to wear their hair like white women? This is an outright lie. And that being said, if you want to be a lawyer and you want people to take you seriously in the courtroom, maybe you should think twice before dyeing your hair blue and yellow.
If you're a Hispanic woman like my mother cleaning a house, the owner is allowed to harass you all he likes.
No, he is not. No, he is not. That is not acceptable. No one thinks that is acceptable. This is the hateful and dark view that they have of people, that this is the norm of how people treat each other, that we fought as a society to abolish slavery just so that we can harass our house workers. I've actually been in several homes where they hire workers. My family does this, and they are treated with respect and kindness and dignity. Their employers make sure they take breaks, provide them with food, give extra so that they can take it home to their families, ask them if they need anything. It's actually humbling when there's someone in your home looking through your things. It makes you vulnerable, and a lot of the times they become dependent on them. Shitty people do shitty things, and if someone harasses their employee, they are a shitty person. Stop generalizing this to the rest of us.
Don't worry, you will not be able to respond in his language, but you will still understand what he's doing.
Why would they not be able to respond? Do you think that immigrants are incapable of learning English even though over 90% do? They are not dumb idiots. They can speak for themselves. This is where the soft bigotry of low expectations isn't even soft anymore. It's just outright insulting.
If you and your friends purchase the card together, 1 in 3 of you will be sexually assaulted. The only requirement being, you must breathe in public.
This is one of the most spiteful lies I have ever heard. It is not true. This is not what is happening in the real world. This is not what people are experiencing. First it was 1 in 7, then it was 1 in 5, and now it's 1 in 3. I guess they established that a man holding and or not holding the door for you is also sexual assault, so maybe that's where they're getting these numbers from. These false rape statistics are the most malicious aspect of the feminist agenda, and they are making real victims less likely to be believed. They are literally creating a rape culture. They even say that if a woman doesn't see herself as a victim, doesn't mean that she isn't one. Please explain to me how that's supposed to be empowerment.
When carrying your woman's card walking home at night,
99.9% of holders report that they experience
catcalls, heckling, and even persistent flirting.
So if some poor guy tries to show interest in you and flirts with you, that should be considered as assault, except if he's good looking, because we all know how this really works. But you can't just say, thanks, I'm not interested, or I already have a boyfriend. The fact that you have to say that in the first place is evidence of rape culture and harassment, and we should all just die miserable and alone.
Women in the work office claim that coworkers constantly remind them of their card, and it's privilege. Like when your colleagues keep forgetting that you're not the intern and refuse to see you as anything but a pencil skirt and stockings.
Like, what world are they living in? When is this happening? Like, how come I have never witnessed any of this happen in any of the workplaces I have ever been in my entire life? Like, I've only seen this ever happen on TV. And I know, yeah, there's like shitty sexist bosses out there sometimes. I'm not saying that they don't exist, but this isn't even hashtag not all. This is not majority. This is not the norm. Otherwise, I need to start believing that all the male bosses that I have who have done nothing but support me and help me further my career, this is what they truly think of me. That they refuse to see me as anything else but a dumb bimbo, and by default, all of my achievements are nothing more than a handout.
if you show a health provider your woman's card,
You'll receive new and improved ways on how to deal with the aftermath of your boyfriend refusing to wear a condom.
You will find it is always your responsibility to clean up his mess.
Girls, you don't have to have sex with him. If he refuses to wear a condom, don't have sex with them. If you are not ready to have sex, don't have sex. I love how the feminist solution is shaming young hormonal teenage boys for wanting to have sex and convincing girls that they should feel like victims if guys want to have sex with them, instead of just continuing to teach girls to say no if they're not ready. And yes, boys may be mean and get upset and make fun of you, but you're strong and capable and you can stand up for yourself.
How However, Congress will even strip you of these decisions, convincing you that they have more rights over your body than you do.
If you don't want fat white men in Congress making decisions about your femaleness, stop making being a woman a government issue. Stop asking the government to do something about your problems that you experience as a woman, while at the same time ignoring and negating the problems that men experience.
Don't be alarmed. These side effects are normal.
Furthering your education will heighten the possibility of assault.
Have no worry when you're raped behind a dumpster a block from your sorority.
Justice will be served with a 6-month sentence in the local jail.
A steep price to pay for 20 minutes of action.
When you are raped behind a dumpster. When. Not if. When. Like, it's a given. It's going to happen. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're referring to the Brock Turner case, which I'm also sure never made it to rape, because even though men are taught that it's okay to rape and that all women are objects, there's these two guys who were just miraculous anomalies, and they broke their patriarchal brainwashing, and instead of joining in the action, they decided to stop it.
Is it privilege to lose our consent to the government?
When most men hear the word equality,
They only think about the right to hit women back.
You heard that, right? They said most men, not some men, not a few men, most men. Like, they're literally generalizing to the majority of men, and that they only care about being able to hit a woman back.
To call them what they'd like, to do what society has long accepted. I am afraid to have a daughter, to be the one to teach her the purpose of rape, nail polish, and dress code. I am afraid to have a son. I am afraid that mother knows best will mean nothing when manhood teaches him otherwise.
No, it is you who are teaching them otherwise. This is the terrifying worldview that you have painted. So please remain afraid and don't have children, so that you won't terrify and traumatize them with this nonsense and hinder any ability that they might actually ever have for a healthy relationship.
The Woman Card is a sponsored product of the patriarchy. If you receive a woman's card without ordering, recent applications are prone to failure. Processing the paper likely to be disregarded. The Woman Card is not affiliated with the government, Donald Trump, and misogynistic propaganda.
You're rambling. This whole video was rambling. This whole artistic project was just rambling and complaining. You know, I was gonna do one of those videos of why I'm not a feminist, but like I think this covers it. Like, this is it. So there you go. Now I'm angry and I hate the world and I hate everything, and I'm just gonna go watch cat videos to make myself feel better.
That felt pretty good. That was a better one.